this is Jamie Menagerie. Welcome to Jamie's Craft Table. Today I'm going to make a card using this little elephant that I created with the Menagerie mix-up. And let's get started. Let's bring in what I've got in mind. Okay, I'm going to use a sentiment from Poinsettia Petals, just the Happy Holidays. I've already got it mounted. And I have these out of the way. These are 2-inch strips. This is real red. It's 3 3/4 inches by 2 inches, and this is garden green, which is 4 3/4 by 2 inches. I have a piece of Designer Series paper. I think I'm going to use this one. I couldn't really decide. And this is from Forever Greenery. It's too close to the camera. Forever Greenery Designer Series paper. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And I have a piece of garden green, which I've got stuff cut out of, but it's not going to show. And that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then I have my card base, which is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored and folded at 4 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere these down to my card, and we'll get started. Go ahead and adhere this one. I'm just putting the glue in between all this nonsense. And I like the wet glue. The snail is nice too for some things. I just have better control of the wet glue. As long as you don't use too much so it oozes out, you're good. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to bring in a couple of punches. Just to make it easier. I have the tailored tag punch, and I'm going to tag one end of each one of these. There's that one. There's that one, okay. The other punch I'm going to use is this one, the Delightful Tag Topper. Let's open it. And I'm going to do the other end. I'll slide it in till it stops. Okay. I have some ribbon here. This is not Stampin' Up! Ribbon, it's just some I had in my stash. It's the same colors, so I'm going to use that. And I think it's 8 inches. 8, almost 9. Okay, and let's stamp our sentiment. We're going to stamp that on the bottom of this. I'm just going to use Memento ink. Make sure it's inked up well. It's going to get stamped down here at the bottom of this flag. Some of the tail of the Y goes down below where into the flag. That's all stamping because we've already created these other elements in the previous video. Okay, now I'm going to stack the red one. This is Cherry Cobbler, by the way. And we're going to take our ribbon, put it through from the back, through the hole. You can do it either way, whichever way you prefer. Pull the two ends through, pull it, but don't pull it too tightly because you don't want to pull it completely out. And I'm just going to bring in my bone folder. I just want to curl these tails just a little bit on the red one. Just a little bit, okay? Now I'm going to bring in my elephant. And I'm going to adhere him on there like that. Do I want to pop him? I don't think so. And I'll put the link to the video where I made my little elephant in the end of this video. Or pop up an iCard if I can figure that out. And I'm going to have this little present here next to him. I think it needs a dimensional. Okay, then the back of this, we're going to put dimensionals on the back. It's a very simple card. Use whatever paper or colors you want. And that's just going to go over here. There we go. There's our card we just made together. Here's the one I did previous. Now the paper on the background of this is not Stampin' Up! Paper. It's just some I had in my stash. But I was just playing to come up with a layout. Well, thank you for joining me at Jamie's Craft Table. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you can find a little bit of time to play with some stamps, ink, and paper.